Well, this is the first little fitment. I've been playing around in the garage. It's been on, it's been off, it's been on again, the project. It's been on eBay for 15 minutes, it's off again. But I sort of just literally taped the fairing to the bike, literally taped to the bike, just to get a feel. And I've had to push it outside because you just can't stand back and sort of get any idea of how it's going to look when you're when it's just in a garage, when you can't move around it properly. So I brought it outside, and I think I've decided I like it. I think it's got potential to be really cool. It's hard to tell when it's at this stage, when it's just real white and tape all over it. You know, you can't. It's hard to envisage what it's actually going to look like, but I think it's going to look cool. I think it's going to look pretty damn sweet. Issues are with it at the moment. It's quite wide here. Believe it or not, I mean, I thought that I'd struggle to get these on because they weren't wide enough, but because the RCV has these scoops which come under here and go into the frame here, it's quite wide to accommodate those scoops. So that's sort of saved me a bit. So I think I'll probably have to just shape this so it fits my frame tighter, get some brackets, pull it in tight. I think it's going to look okay. Obviously that exhaust part, all the belly pan needs reshaping in places. But I think it's got potential. I think I'm going to proceed. Oh my, I have a new treat. Look at this beauty. I've managed to get myself an ABBA Skylift. These are fantastic. I'm going to do a full review on this a bit later on, but I'm well impressed with it so far. So this is where we are. Bike's up on here, so I can really start looking at what I'm doing with the fairings now. So what's happened since you last joined me? Well, I've been messing around with these still, trying them on, doing this, that and the other. What I've basically worked out is I've put a bolt through the outer fairing. It has like an inner scoop. That's the inner scoop mounted in there. And if I bolt it down here, it pulls this in a little bit tighter here. I have trimmed this a little bit better. It's pulling around a bit, obviously it's not fixed still, to get it closer to the frame, but we're still a bit far away. And as you can see, the fairings, let me come back a bit. The fairings do stick out. To ignore this side, I've not even started that side yet, but the fairings stick out way too much around the side. So this needs to be pulled right in tight against the frame. So I've got to trim a little bit more out of here. Now I've made myself a little template to do this. Here it be. Just a little template based on the frame, so I can then sort of overlay that onto the fairing and see, you know, where it needs to come off. But it's difficult because obviously as you pull that in, it all flexes and pushes up, so it's really difficult to know where to cut it, you know, where to trim so it's in the right place. So it's proving tricky, this. It is proving tricky, but I think the end results are going to be worth it. I mean, look at that. Okay, I've made a couple of little very rough brackets. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. Just some very rough metal brackets bolted onto the engine mounts there. Just to fix it on the side. But it's actually pretty darn good. A few, you know, there's a bit more trimming up here. This inner thing's hitting the frame a bit. Here, needs sorting. Another bracket there on that engine mount. It's screwed on, but it's actually starting to take shape. Starting to really take shape now. Let's drop it down a bit more. Load the front up. There we go. So let's have another look from the front. Pretty cool. Marquez, eat your heart out. So I've just got to get belly pan now. I think that'll, I mean, I've not got the cowl fixed. It's floating a little bit. I don't want to put any holes in it yet, because the plan will be to, for that, will be to take the normal front stay here and weld some bits on so it comes up the inside. So I'll do away with this outer, old-fashioned outer framework here and have this supported from the inside. That'll be the plan. But I don't want to, I could put holes in it here for now to hold it. I don't want to put unnecessary holes in. Okay, back again. So belly pan is now well, fairings bolted on, as you know. I've now just put the belly pan on one side, on the front, and you can see the headers, I can't get any tighter than that. So where I've marked it with the Sharpie, I have to cut it away there to clear those bad boys in there, if you better see that. But yeah, if I trim that piece out the bottom, then the headers will poke through a little bit. Obviously, you better see them. But what I do, they're titanium, so that's an acro system. So I'll get them polished up nicely, so just be nice and blue showing through. So they're going to look cool anyway. But I mean, I'm really happy with how it's looking, to be honest. Carbon mudguard. I've got a full-on carbon jobby now. Focus, you bastard. There we go, carbon mudguard. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but I've got a buddy who's making me the tail in carbon and also the tank cover in carbon. So what I may do, if all that comes through and looks great, I may have to get the fairing in carbon as well. It'll cost me, but I'll just go for the whole carbon look then for this season. The same again, well, what will cost me buying the fairing, I'll save in paint, because I'll just leave it all carbon then, certainly for this year anyway, and then maybe look at doing a carbon painted scheme for next season. But just have a whole carbon winter test bike look. So there we are today. So next thing's trimming that belly pan, and then to be honest with you, the first mock-up was almost complete, and I can start working on the proper bits and how I'm going to actually fix it together properly. Getting some nice little brackets made. We're probably going to get down, when he does pull the mould on the tail, go down to his place, watch that being pulled from the mould, and I'll do a little bit on how they make the carbon and how they're making the moulds and everything. But it's Lambchop's roving reporter. Speak to you soon, guys. Bye bye.